I do think this, though. I do think that might have closed a few doors for him in other circles. I heard rumors, there's always the potential Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, going over to Netflix, getting beat off Mike Perry. Is the appetite still there for a Conor versus 3? Probably for a lot of casual fans. But is it there for maybe the UFC and the marketing purposes? Because you just got whooped off Mike Perry. That's the way this sport works.
But dude, after the way he looked on Saturday night, he can't talk right now, man. He needs to take a break. He needs to go get some sleep and some rest. I mean, he looked like dog shit.
He didn't look good Saturday night.
He looked horrible. He looked like he didn't want to be in there. Looked like a punching bag. He looked off balance. His timing was horrible.
And Nate's actually, he's an all right guy, but it just didn't seem like he had anything for Perry. And I still don't understand why people keep taking Perry as if he's some sort of joke when he just keeps beating people up in bare knuckle. Bro, he hurt Eddie Alvarez bad. He hurt Luke bad. Like, he's still fighting at a decently high level.
At least in his fights, even if he wasn't looking great, there was always the expectation, all right, as this fight goes on, he's going to get better and better and better, and the other guy's going to wear down. But in that fight, it looked like there was no chance. Like he looked like the more tired guy, actually, in that fight, which was weird to see.
What Perry did is a strategy that no one's really tried before when they feel they're at a cardio disadvantage, which is, I'm going to come and use whatever energy is that I've got right now. I'm going to go get exhausted. I'm not going to be able to go for championship rounds, but if I do it just right, I won't have to. And that was more the Mike Tyson philosophy. Joe Rogan gave me credit for coining the phrase, if you try to win by knockout, you will lose the decision. But I took that line from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said, if you ever try to win by knockout, you'd better get it. If you look for a knockout, you had better find it. Because you won't win a decision. And I just share with you, like Perry took a huge risk. I've really never seen a time when this is done. Perry might have just changed the way that this sport is played in the future, by the way. Perry went out and tried something tonight, and I can't remember a time that it's ever been done, where a guy said, all right, I don't have enough energy. So instead of hanging on and surviving, I'm going to use whatever I got right now.
MMA is hard work. It's a lot of work, and I feel like I just started to callous everything up. My body started to get hard. My legs started to get harder. Everything started to move right together. It all started to fall into rhythm, and then it was time to fight. So the way it goes with this shit too, and it's like, and now I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's line up another one and get it going. And but that was kind of like a kickoff. Like, here we go. I wish I wouldn't have got banged up and took a fucking loss for the night or for the start of it. But I'm ready to get in action now. The show goes on.
Now, of course, Nate Diaz, outspoken guy, talked a lot of shit, said that he's going to be fighting forever. I'll never retire. Bro, after that performance, that might be something you want to consider, because Mike Perry is a tough son of a gun. He's not a walk in the park for anyone. Of course, in mixed martial arts, in the UFC, I don't know what it was, lost a few in a row, reinvented himself as the king of violence in bare knuckle, took out some great people, Luke Rockhold, MVP, the list goes on, Jeremy Stevens, I think, as well. Comes back to MMA, fights Nate Diaz, but didn't fight Nate Diaz, beat the absolute shit out of Nate Diaz.
I just don't think Nate, I know he was hitting me a little bit, but like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like he had anything for me. I mean, maybe the third round would have been different, but is he not gonna cut again? Like, I was literally even trying to hit him on the other side of his face. He was bleeding here, and I'm like, I'm trying to land the right hand on the other side, and he pulls away, and you catch this side, and I was like shaking my head, no, like walking him down in the second round, like, oh my God, look how much blood this is. Like, there's no way this is gonna continue.
all in his eye. Nate Diaz is 42 years old. He was getting his ass kicked. They couldn't stop the bleeding. So Stitch Duran turns to the referee and is like, we can't send him out there. And they don't. And that is just such an excellent call by Stitch Duran. I have such great respect for Stitch Duran because Stitch knows what fucking time it is. This guy is above 40 years old. This is looking bad. I can't stop the bleeding, and it is affecting his ability to see. What are we doing here?
Jacob Stitch Duran was actually hired by Nate Diaz to be there. He was not hired by MVP as a cornerman for the night. Nate Diaz brought him in. And Stitch has been around this game forever, and there are very few experts in the world, in my opinion. Stitch, he's an expert at suturing and understanding the fight game and knowing when the fighter has had enough. And even though he was paid by Nate Diaz, he's like, you know what? No, man, it's not worth it. You're not going back out there. It's way too dangerous. And, you know, I think he made the right decision there.
Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just get 10 wins and everyone forgets this loss. So I got to just win 10 more times. So I won 5 fights in a row. And then I lost again. I'm like, shit, now I got to get another 10 wins to erase that one. So, and I felt like that since then, and I still feel like that now. So, like I said, the show goes on, and we're going to erase this from the memory to all you motherfuckers. And that's my plan. It fucking sucks, but it's in a good way. It's like, now I got something to do. Rematch in ASAP, Sacramento, California, NorCal. Let's go.
Dude, it's free money, bro. I'm gonna win that fight. I would do the same thing to a lot of people, elbowing them in the face and stuff like that, in the head. Everybody's gonna split open. Everybody's gonna bleed. So, what are the fans gonna do to make it different in his favor?
Diaz has taken punishment before. He took a lot of punishment. It's 41. See, he hasn't taken punishment at 41. He took some horrible punishment, cut up, bloody, everything else, knee, body shots. I mean, really, he whatever he got paid, he usually earns his money anyway, but whatever he got paid, man, it probably wasn't enough. I mean, that's the kind of beating he took.
Nate called for a rematch when all was said and done. Perry said, yes, I will oblige. But I don't know if I'm bullish that they're going to go in that direction or not. And I don't know that we have to know. I don't know that we have to know what is next. I think that a Mike Perry versus George Masvidal is something that would work, by the way. Right? If they don't do the rematch with Nate, I'm just trying to play matchmaker. George Masvidal is a free agent, so he could do that. I think maybe that's a direction, just as a guess.
But I just want to say on the record, I think he's taken an enormous amount of abuse. He's made some good money.
Right.
Maybe his fans won't really care. I'm guessing that they probably won't care too much about this loss. So it's not like I'm even saying he's ineligible. That MVP wants to do a rematch, but I don't want to see a rematch. I don't think it's competitive. And I would really like to see Nate take care of the rest of his health, which right now he's not really doing.
And then people will be like, you lost, you should hang him up. And like, isn't this the most violent motherfucker who just knocked out fucking middleweight champion Luke Rockhold and Jeremy Stevens? And who the fuck did he just beat? Eddie Alvarez? When he's the lightweight champion forever? And then and he's popping, he's doing all this shit, fighting everybody. He's got fucking broken face and broken but he's shit all over the place. So you should hang him up. I just fought the most violent motherfucker right there. So
people were talking about UFC stuff and like who would be the fight, like who's the top dog right now knocking everybody out is the Nightmare. And if I've seen it in history where guys come in or come back into the UFC and they get a top ranked fight, and I feel like I'm somebody in that category that fits the category. Like, you could bring me in and give me a top ranked fight and crush it.
When Mike Perry says some stuff, you kind of just feel it in your bones. And Mike Perry at the weigh-in, he only had like a few words, like, what are your thoughts leading up this fight? He's like, this is my favorite part. And you just believe it. Like, this dude was built for battle, like a Robbie Lawler, like a Nate Diaz. But this guy, he like should have a shield and a sword somewhere, you know, back a few hundred years ago. He would have been that dude leading the charge, because that's just who he is.